The New York Mets walked 11 batters yesterday. What's going on, YouTube? It is Randy, and this is the Mets channel, all things Mets channel, where I eat your ladies Mets media. Everything you know about the Mets on this channel, definitely do me a favor, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into today's content video, and that's going to be on the news of the Mets losing a series to the Oakland A's, one of the worst teams in baseball. Horrible series loss for the New York Mets. The New York Mets lost the first game, and then they won the second game. But man, the third game was completely awful for the New York Mets. The New York Mets started out hot. They got a couple of hits. Mark Vientos got a 2-run bomb to start off the offense, and it looked like it was going to be a good game for the Mets. And the Mets got more runs. Luis Torrens had a double. It was like 5-0 at a certain point. But then in the fourth inning, Jose Quintana, just for some reason, he just kept walking a lot of people. He had 4 walks in this game. Jose Quintana, for some reason, just kept walking people, getting into trouble and getting out of trouble. And in the second inning, he got out of trouble. In the third inning, he got out of trouble. In the first inning, he got out of trouble. He had trouble every single inning, and it does really suck that they got him. They got him in the fourth inning. JJ Bleday hit a grand slam, and the Mets had a 5-4 game. And then after that, it was just recklessness from both teams. From the New York Mets, from Oakland, Mark Vientos had another home run, but it just sucked to see that the Mets walked so many hitters. They walked 11 hitters in this game. That is awful. That is not what you want out of a pitching staff. Every single pitcher that they brought out was just walking guys. After Quintana, they took out they brought out Braziban, who pitched yesterday, and then they had Phil Maton. So everybody walked guys, and it wasn't productive. This was a 3-hour and 45-minute game. 3-hour and 45-minute game, guys. And it sucked to see because the Mets, kept giving up runs. But they gave up the lead. And Shea Langoliers killed the Mets in this game. Killed the Mets. He is he's going to be a Met killer if he keeps doing what he's doing. But definitely, it does suck. You can't walk 11 guys. You can't. How do you expect to win a game and you're going to walk in runs? You're going to walk in guys. This is not what you want out of a pitching staff. It's not what you want out of Quintana. It's not what you want out of your bullpen. It's not. 11 walks is unacceptable. Unacceptable. This is not what you want out of your pitching staff. You're going against Oakland. This should be a gimme game. This should be an easy game. And it wasn't. It wasn't for the New York Mets. How do the New York Mets expect to make the playoffs or compete in the playoffs or even make the playoffs? How? When you're losing series to Oakland, you can't lose this series, and they lost the series. This has been really horrible to watch. They had a really good game yesterday. They got a lot of runs, and it was a good game. David Peterson pitched a great game. But then this game with Quintana, it just looked like it looked like the Mets were gonna blow them out the water. And Oakland just came back. It's horrible. It's horrible. And I get it, it's baseball. I understand that. But you can't lose to the Oakland A's. You just can't. And then you can't lose a series to the Oakland A's. You can't. How are you going to lose a series to the Oakland A's, one of the worst teams in baseball? It was awful to watch. It was really awful to watch. And it sucked. It sucked. The Mets couldn't pile on more runs. They couldn't get more hits. It was just horrible. It was horrible. But the bullpen, the pitching staff is definitely at fault here. Because you can't walk 11 guys. You can't. How are you going to expect to win a baseball game and you're going to walk 11 guys? You can't do that. So this was an awful, awful game to watch for a New York Mets fan. It was awful. One of the worst games of the season. Probably the worst game of the season. 3 hours and 45 minutes and they lost. 7-6. I mean, what can I really say? You know, you got to play better now. You got Miami coming in, another bad team. Come on. If you don't sweep this series coming up, where do you think you're going to go? The Braves lost yesterday, and the Mets had an opportunity to make up some ground in the wild card, and they didn't. They didn't. Because they lost, and the Braves lost. So it's just the same thing. They're 2 games back. I just don't understand how you can't win a series against the Oakland A's. Like, that is mind-blowing to me. You can't win a series to the Oakland A's. I mean, you can't expect this team to go to the playoffs. You can't. You can't win a series against the Angels. You can't win a series against the Colorado Rockies. And you can't win a series against the Oakland A's. How do the Mets expect to make the playoffs? I don't know. I honestly don't know. We'll see what they do in the next series. But this is awful. Such an awful game to watch. Mark Vientos had a great game. But, my goodness. You lose to the Oakland A's. I just can't. Oh, man. Wow. I mean, you thought it was a gimme game, and it wasn't. It wasn't. But that's baseball. That's baseball. Man, if you enjoyed the video, definitely do me a favor. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you guys for, watching the channel, subscribing, liking the content, all that stuff. I really appreciate it. Appreciate you so much. Have a good one, guys. Stay blessed. I love GM for life.